versus Monkey Business. Important game for both these teams. Na'Vi, I think, sitting on 2 draws. They had 2 draws on day 1. Monkey Business, draw and a loss. Do we know, Roland, WinteR? I don't know. Standings for EU. I'm not exactly sure. We've just swapped out of SEA. But I know Na'Vi had 2 draws and Monkey Business TBD. So, Na'Vi... that's too complicated, Roland. Na'Vi needs some wins. You can't just get draws in your group stage. And see them down here at bottom lane. Havos playing Razor. We'll try and figure out who's playing what quickly here. PSM, the captain draft, are going to be on the Rubik. It's going to be top lane. Miracle. Oh, for introduce Na'Vi. Sneeko playing the Wisp. Funnick playing Legion Commander. Looking for a kill and Miracle up top. And that leaves Dendi actually playing Alchemist. Not a hero.
No, that's No Tail.
Oh, sorry, that's No Tail. Sorry, Dendi playing Shadow Fiend on the Na'Vi side. It's late. It's tiring. Na'Vi gonna find a kill here at the top lane. That ties things up, 2 kills apiece, and it's gonna be Monkey Business to introduce them. No Tail gonna be playing the mid Alchemist. We've got Miracle on the Necrophos. Crit playing the support Jakiro. Moon Meander on the offlane. Doom, who just picked up a kill, and Fly on Lich. You talked about this lane, Lich Doom, very annoying to verse when that's in the offlane.
Maybe this is like the only way you play like Doom offlane and be really successful. I think you need to secure his start of the game so that it feels like a safe lane Doom, because with the Lich there, you free farm, you get experience, and you're able to get to the stage where you have phase jumps and 4 points in Scorcher. I think that's the biggest point that you want to achieve on the Doom, regardless of where you lane him.
And importantly, I would say the Lich not just going to be good for the lane stage, but Frost Armor going to help a lot against Legion Commander, Razor, Shadow Fiend.
There's actually a really good pick here. I'm actually interested to see whether it actually came after that or they actually wanted to pick the hero.
Yeah, I don't normally... I think Lich is really a weak pick if you're just picking it for the lane.
No, look at the heroes. How are they going to open the draft with you? You probably open with Doom +1. So who's the other +1?
Doom Alchemist.
Wouldn't it be weird if it's Doom Alchemist?
It sounds a bit... if not Doom Alchemist, then Doom
Lich. Doom Lich is the more like...
You think so? Lich first 2 picks?
Maybe.
I would not expect
So you would actually prefer go Doom Alchemist or Doom Jakiro?
Oh, that... Even Necro could have been first 2 picked, but I don't think that's all that likely. I just don't see Lich ever being first 2 picked, but
because you want to pick, because it's their heroes, you want to pick a support plus core instead of 2 cores at the first phase. Oh, wow, the crit.
Don't think he even gets that kill without the crit. Now Dendi TP's in, could be looking for some raises here, but phase boots will keep Moon alive.
Well,
only has the 1 armor.
The career? Bacillus? No, Bracer.
Bracer. Yep. So Courier goes down. Na'Vi, they run this offlane IO Legion a lot. It's very hit or miss. But
I actually prefer the IO plus Necrophos that I saw Secret running in the offlane. I think that's actually much stronger.
Funnick loves Legion Commander. This hero is one of like the worst win rates in this patch, but there are some teams and players who just keep trying to play it.
Well, why are they using it this game? What is it good against? So you want to
strong in lane is a big thing. This is also he's also gone for a very I've never seen this build, and it's entirely because of the Wisp. He's maxing the heal first, so he gets the double heal. Coming out from the tether, he's gone in for a duel now. Looks like Fly will go down. The Ice Path coming a bit too late to prevent it. He's going to look to chase down Miracle as well. Has another heal if he needs it. Could use that on Sneeko to heal them both up. Miracle, one more right click. He's going to get the kill. There's the heal. It's healing them both. Sneeko.
Oh my god, that heal.
Working wonders here. Funnick has another nuke soon. Is he going to dive this one? He's got an Orb of Venom.
Man, they're like literally 2 versus 4 heroes if you count the Lich and the Necrophos.
Do you still prefer the Iron Necrophos?
Iron Necrophos is like similar, right? Because the Death Pulse heals you twice as much because you heal the Iron as well, but it gives you less offensive capabilities.
Legion with the Orb of Venom has such great chasing, and you've got the movement speed from Tether and Overwhelming Odds, so you've got great chase.
This is actually more aggressive. The Necrophos is more of lane control, more defensive, and we see a Doom onto Funnick, the revenge.
Yeah, TP coming in from the IO, no relocate
available.
Him?
Oh, the overcharge!
That's it. No, Sneeko can't afford to die as well. The Scorched Earth is there. Luckily, he's got a haste rune. If he didn't have a haste
build
rune,
is so aggressive from Moon Meander. After maxing Scorched Earth, he didn't even go back for Devour.
Sometimes you just see the one value point. If you can get it at a time when there's level 6 heroes in the game, like Razor's level 6, you can get the find the timing.
Double. Yeah,
I think he'll go back for Devour personally. I don't think he'll keep getting level death.
You just get 1 point to stop
Yep.
TPs.
Like, I've even had times where I'd hit levels, like if I'm in a 1v1 as Doom, and I hit level 7 and their hero is still level 6, I just Doom them, get level death at level 7, and then kill them with a like level death proc. There's definitely times where you can get that just 1 point in level death early on.
Yeah, that's a good point.
We'll see what he does when he hits level 9, but for now, he's just holding skill points. Not holding skill points, hasn't got any skill points.
And Big Daddy is playing the Alchemist as a utility role with his skill build. It's not like all those Radiance. Maybe he's rushing Radiance, but with 1 point in greed.
It doesn't seem likely.
Not
No,
like it,
picks
yeah.
up Medallion.
Yeah, as
Medallion,
I
Shadowblade
this,
type
this
build.
build is Medallion Shadowblade type or SNY.
More of a, fighting utility. And probably there's just not enough farm to go around. When you've got a Doom as well as Necrophos, Miracle will always be looking to try to get farm.
He got scouted out.
Yep.
Oh dear.
Hit by the tether. He's not even attacking because of the tether slow. Funnick now 20 dual damage. That's a max press the attack. He only now gets his first point in Moment of Courage. I've never seen this build before from a Legion commander, but it's working out fantastic.
Relocate, bottom.
Here we go. Crit. Getting dived on. Funnick does not have a duel this time, and looks like they'll get the kill and could look to follow this one with the tower. I guess the relocate will send them back top.
This is actually so strong with the double heal.
They're playing it so well. This is
much better than the Tusk Undying game we saw them. When Suniko and Funnick were on the Tusk and Undying.
Suniko and Funnick in like this dual offlane position have to be the most volatile dual offlane I've ever seen. They can crush their lane or they can completely just feed and lose their team the game.
Oh, Dandy got Doom. See you. Scorcher.
Moon's getting a lot done this game, and that's the nature of Doom. I like the way Moon's been playing this Doom, because a lot of times you see Dooms get like level 7, level 8, and just not have the impact on the game.
Yeah, this was the difference from when we were watching the C games when they play the Doom offlane.
They were so passive.
It doesn't happen like this, and then you go Midas, and it doesn't allow you to play. Because Doom is so strong when you reach level 7 and level 8, like this timing.
Yep.
You want to have drums. If you go Phase Boots and Midas, it's different, you know. When you have the Scorcher plus the drums at this stage, it's so darn powerful.
Ooh, Funnick almost finds the Necrophos in the jungle here. He's going to find some stacks, and they can farm this. Relocate not available to bail them out if danger comes their way, but they've got 4 heroes here. Plasma Field slightly off the Centaurs, but easy farm. Dandy, that's not a good TP. He may not know it at the time when he did it, but he'll find out quickly.
That's
Relocate is going to come in with a TP. They're going to look for some return kills. Where's the Jewel? Who's Funnick going to look to use it on? It may come out on the Jakira. There's going to be 1 kill going the way of Na'Vi. Can they get more? Moon's Scorched Earth will wear off soon, and with that wearing off, will find himself in trouble. He's given a lot of damage to the Razor. Funnick in hot pursuit. Not going to get a secondary kill, and the Aya will be sent back top. There's Razor on the front lines. No Tail gets low, will not go down. Funnick's diving this one. He feels confident. He's chopping his way through trees. The Lumberjack Legion Commander will not get oh, No Tail with a Blink Dagger comes out of nowhere onto a Voss, but the tower's not hitting. The Tether slow as well. Buyback from the Doom onto the front lines. Here comes Moon. He's got Scorched Earth as well in 2 seconds. That spells trouble. He wants Funnick as well. Funnick turns around nukes. He will not have an escape plan. Chases on into Nico, doomed up, blink forward. This Blink Dagger is paying dividends for Big Daddy No Tail. That crit takes away half of Sneako's HP, and that's a mega kill streak going the way of Moon Meander.
And this is just such a good example of how strong is Doom. That's why you don't want to get Midas, and you want to be able to fight at this stage of the game. This is just the perfect example why you actually use this build.
Absolutely.
And that blink was also
brutal
crucial.
fight.
He got the blink midway through the fight. He bought it from the side shop.
That blink paid off instantly and won Monkey Business that fight.
Oh, Dandy's in trouble. Solar Crest, Acid Spray, level 4 stun on the Alchemist. Is this going to be a solo kill?
He's still in the acid.
Oh, 1 more right click, but that's a blink. Oh, he's actually not chasing. Okay. Oh, Dandy barely survived that.
Yeah. Then you're going to look to turn around, and it's going to be a duel on Miracle. Uh-oh.
Midas. Oh, I thought they wanted to actually keep fighting, so they go for Midas on the Necrophos instead of maybe something like a mech.
Very greedy from Miracle,
It doesn't feel like
perhaps.
they are on the same page though, because everyone is building less greedy, want to fight with the Doom and the Alchemist, and they don't have a mech. Having a mech would be really nice.
That damage output. The stun, the Solar Crest, the acid. If you get all that minus armor before you throw that stun, that was half of Legion Commander's HP. 600 damage nuke coming out. That's more than like a Laguna Blade would do after the magic resistance.
What do you go for with the Legion Commander?
Armor.
With the Whiz? What do you build on the Legion?
Armor.
Do you still build,
Absolutely.
do
You need armor. They put up PSM here. Just the one kill. That's not the kill they were looking for. They wanted to carry here.
Do you still go Blink, or you just go
Blade
like
Mail? Straight Blade Mail, perhaps. Or okay, I'll go Blink. I think you definitely still want to go for that Blade Mail to just return that damage onto the Alchemist when he throws the stun. Because you can always see it coming and pop a Blade Mail.
Rosh attempt with the Medallion. I do not think they actually scouted it out, and they are not in position to fight. They can't really contest. No. SF is in half HP, half mana, building into his SMY. And this SF is going to have a really tough game.
I really like this Doom build now. The phase drums SMY.
Yeah, this is really strong. Like you could make a like an argument on maybe sometimes Tranquil is better because you get armor depending on what type of lineup you're facing against. But the drums, I think, is core. You always have to get drums.
Yeah, and both phase and Tranquils give you good movement speed boost compared to the brown boots.
It's more of the armor. If some games you want the extra armor, like the 4 armor to be much more. Like actually, this game there's a lot of physical damage, but if you're ahead early, I think you always go phase.
Well, and you've got Lich to make up for it. Lich has actually maxed the ice armor,
wow,
so
that's
problem
really
solved.
Problem solved indeed.
Yep, don't need Tranquils. Fly's got your back. Do you normally go build like this on Lich these days, or what do you normally expect to see?
I think this build is quite okay though. Normal build, obviously you max the.
Well, with so much of the damage being physical.
Yeah, but against this lineup, I think this is a good build in this game. You should always use your skill build according to what type of game you're in. You know.
+9 armor this early in the game is pretty big against.
It's not even that. It's also because of the slow. You get the slow from like against the duel.
Yeah. Well,
minus
the
attack
slow
speed.
the slow doesn't scale. It's the same at all levels. If you're leveling up, it's purely for the armor.
For the armor, yeah.
Yeah. So just the one. It is a value point in the sense you get the slow at all levels, the same slow.
But still, I feel the minus. I'm not sure about it. On the Necrophos, maybe he felt that because he's so far behind. So I guess that's why he wanted to go for the minus. He got crushed in the lane by the Legion and IO.
Okay. So
I guess that alone justifies it. I was like pretty sure that you probably don't want it. Depending on, I mean, judging by how their team is actually building their items, everyone is going for more team fight items. So you don't want to get a minus on Necro.
Despite this build, Notel's still top of the net worth.
He got so many stuff done, you know, because of his stun.
Roche,
the blink and the
kill
stun.
involvement. He hasn't died the whole game, obviously helps. You know, bounty rune's always good as well. You'll find a few of those along the course of the game. And Na'Vi are smoked up, trying to get aggressive in this dire jungle, but Monkey Business just haven't spent any time in there. They kind of know it's just a bit of a death trap to spend time there where it's being warded up.
They're gonna find Sonico.
They'd love to find the follow-up kill on Havos. Doesn't look like they'll do so. No ice path available to catch him out. Was it Reaper's scythe kill?
Yeah.
Putting him on the sidelines for 60 seconds.
That is actually something to note. All these things will add up. It's just like getting a track kill, I think. Maybe even better than getting a track kill. Maybe as good as getting a track kill.
Debatable.
Yeah. Track kill or getting intelligence on silencer.
I'd rather the track kill.
Yeah, track kill.
It depends if it's a support or carry silencer. If it's support silencer, I'll take the track kill. So Dendi SMY for now, just going for early stats, knowing he'll need to tank up a bit this game. And looks like Monkey Business are going to group up and fight. You kind of talked about Miracle's Midas not really synergizing well with this. You can see he's so squishy on that Necrophos in the front lines.
800 HP. Dude.
Yeah. 1 overwhelming odds and Plasma Field, and that's most of his HP. Moon may get caught out here in the front lines. The Requiem is there, but he's got the Aegis, making him a great frontline tank, but question is, can he bring down anyone with him with the Aegis? And it looks like Havos, maybe that hero that stun from the Alk will secure the kill. The duel comes out on Miracle. No heals coming out just yet, but he survives the duel, turns it around. Ice Armor working wonders here. Just no physical damage output from Na'Vi. They just proc an Aegis, and Notel's got another stun in a couple of seconds. We'll have a blink forward. PSM takes a big chunk of HP, and Monkey Business decides the chase is not on. Crit. Oh boy, did he get low there. They pull Doom back in, and Doom, oh boy, this is a problem where he didn't have the Ice Armor. It gets reapplied by Fly now, but it's too late. He's already low on HP.
Oh, the Scorcher!
That came back up at just the right time. They now relocate forward. Dendi gets 1. He's looking for a 2 and 3, but he's doomed up, so all he can do is right-click, and right-click may just be enough. Moon's just going to try to fight his way. The Reaper comes in! Oh, you've got to fear the Reaper. Dendi dead for 85 seconds. You almost just want to buy back when you see that timer.
85 seconds?
Did he die back earlier in the game? Who knows? That is huge. He's level 14. Oh boy. Blink Dagger now up on Miracle as well. His Necrophos has some follow-up for the stuns of No Tail.
Man, that if they lost that fight, you would say that, oh no. He wished that he had a mech. The mech would have definitely turned things around, but it paid off in the end. The Midas, they didn't lose that fight. It's just one of those things, you know. If you lose a kind of fight like that, it's game changing. You would actually rather have a mech to win the fight instead of the Midas. Sure. But because they won the fight, now the Midas is paying so much dividends.
Hey, look at this, Alchemist. Here we go. 19 minutes into the game.
Is he getting Doom? The axe?
It's Doom. You betcha. I guess Necro is also a similarly good target.
I think this build is like you're not so focused on yourself.
Hey WinteR, you know, you can buy ags for teammates when you don't go for the Greevil's Greed build as well.
Okay, sure. I'll do that next time.
Okay, good. We can be friends then.
When we pop together,
okay.
I'll buy your Aghanim CM.
it's a bit different for a CM compared to your carry Doom. I say carry Doom because that's what it feels like.
I mean, this game, you could say that you get the Doom and the Necrophos, their Aghanims first, and then you continue farming.
Well, we talked about how squishy Miracle is. Giving him an accepted, the stats actually make a big difference this early on. Yep. Moon suddenly has 2.2k HP.
Oh, he went for Arcane Boots on the Necrophos. Interesting.
Huh. I guess he wants to go Octarine, I would say. Do you think Octarine and then he gets pulled the Ags?
You get it so early.
I mean, if you're getting pulled an Acceptor, maybe. Either Octarine or Bloodstone. I don't see value in the Arcane Boots by themselves. Yeah. Greaves?
Greaves is armor. Armor is good versus their heroes.
If he's going Greaves, though, would you not buy the mech first? We'll find. He's headed to the shop. He's just picking up a TP. There we go. We'll find out soon.
But I still feel like the way they've been playing, you should always get a mech on someone, and the supports are not going to be able to afford it this game, especially the Lich. Lich is really poor. So someone else has to take that responsibility.
Yeah.
It's just more synergy though, because they're fighting so much. Having the Greaves or mech is just so good.
That offlane went so well for Na'Vi. Where do you feel everything kind of went wrong for them?
When they started to fight into the Doom, and they got picked off.
Yeah.
I think because they just can't fight into the Doom, and Doom plus the Frost Armor was so good in the early stages. Plus the Alchemist was just really strong. These three heroes together, the Lich, Frost Armor, onto the Alchemist and the Doom was just really hard to deal with. And not to mention, SF didn't have such a great start, so he wasn't dealing enough damage in the fights.
Perhaps like they're missing some like magic burst damage. Like their supports do no burst damage.
It's just their heroes, right?
They're all physical damage.
They're all physical damage. They don't have bursts.
SF raises the one.
The only burst is the Requiem.
Yeah, the Requiem and raises. I guess overwhelming odds not bad, but he hasn't even maxed out overwhelming odds as well.
I think when they get their BKBs, sometimes when we talk about triple BKB, you feel like it's a power spike. But this game, even when you get triple BKBs, it's like, it doesn't feel like you're going to be so much stronger because there's so many spells that go through BKB. The
Doom doesn't care, yeah. He's got
Doom Alchemist does so much physical damage with the acid spray, so he doesn't care. At best, it blocks the stun from the Alchemist and the damage coming from the Necrophos ultimate. Yeah, he's going for the Greaves. Look at it.
So, any big...
I think it's a good item, this game. It's just that the way he built up to the Greaves is weird.
Yeah, because they were fighting so early and it felt like having a mech
he got a dagger.
There's not any big spells to dispel off this game.
If you lose that crucial fight at bottom, I think you look back at the replay and you say you needed the mech. But because you won that fight, you could probably say that, okay, it's fine, we still won that fight.
Or even gone for something like an Atos Rush would have helped given him HP.
Atos is good on... I think Atos is best on Necrophos and Silencer, these two heroes.
I think if it's like Envy's build is much more like let's rush the Atos and then you get the it's not the same as a mech as far as what it gives your team, but
it gives you two things that Necrophos needs.
Yeah.
Intelligence and HP. He doesn't have enough for his mana.
It functions very similarly to the mech, I'd say. And you've got survivability coming from the HP it gives as well as like the Lich Frost armor.
Here we go. Bottom lane. They're going to take this fight with the Doom getting ready. TP in for the Jack hero.
I don't think he wants to go on the Razor here. He'll get purged off there. And
Phoenix Dagger got cancelled by the Scorch Earth. They need to relocate him out. Oh,
Nico.
No!
Ooh, too late. And he's going to be coming back. That's a dead Wisp, most likely. Havals could get caught on the side. Doom is there. No chance for a TP. Won't even need to use the Doom. We'll decide it's going to be safest. Havos going to go down, and Saniko caught out as well. Havos gets reaped as well. 75 seconds without a Razor. Na'Vi kind of falling apart, WinteR.
So do you still agree with me now that Doom is just such a
He's
good
top
fit?
pick, absolutely.
In
I think you have to draft around him, either play him safe lane, or if you're doing him off lane, give him a hero like Lich. Which is where maybe you're right that they did first 2 pick the Lich.
And I think it's not good to get minus on Doom most of the cases. I think maybe certain cases you can, but mostly you try not to.
If you're forced to, if you have like, for whatever reason, your early game goes badly and you
so
can't
bad
fight.
until you can't fight.
Yeah, if you can't fight, you go Midas. But if you have like an average to decent start, you go.
But
you
it's
don't
like
get Midas.
so much damage. If the early game goes so bad to the point where a 500 damage got us, you can't fight.
Well, it depends on the drafts a lot there. Like, depending on the heroes
I
and
think it
how
will
things
rarely
are going.
happen. It will rarely
Yeah,
happen.
it shouldn't happen. If it's
Because-
happened, then your draft is kind of failed.
Because you pick Doom, you know you want to fight. So
I mean, even Alchemist, we can see it in his build and how he's been playing. Has he pulled another Ag Scepter? I'm wondering where No Tails... Oh, he bought Boots of Travel, it looks like, as his next
I
investment.
think the next axe is definitely on the Necrophos. Definitely.
Absolutely. I mean, the only other... Lich and Jakira both have upgrades. Neither is... Lich is pretty good.
Lich is... On paper is good, but practice-wise it's not that good.
It boosts... Does it boost up the damage as well?
let's
It's the
see.
cast range...
Scepter damage goes up to what? 110,
Okay, so
110 extra.
Yep. Oh, yeah. You can see that. So it's cast range, damage, and no unlimited
Oh
bounces.
no, Chain Frost! Oh, they both have BKB. Lucky for them. Moonmander's gonna get pulled up. He's gonna go down. The tether was
Okay.
not on him. Oh no, the
He
tether
didn't get
was
a Doom off, and they're going to chase down Crit as well, who should not escape. Okay, does not escape. Right into Roshan. That is a good sequence of events for Na'Vi, but Doom has buyback and can TP straight into this one. This could suddenly backfire.
They're going
Ace
for
Rune is
bottom
there.
kill. They're going for Soneko.
Okay. They'll take that
Reaper
instead.
side. See you.
Can they contest Roshan on top of this is the question.
they're not
They're
gonna Reaper him?
hold on to the Reaper.
Oh my god, this might be bad for them if they don't get out in time because look at who is coming.
Oh, they're going for mid now. They're going for fly instead. The Lich looks to be the sacrificial lamb here. Fly on Ziran. And down he goes.
Why would he actually save the Reaper there? It's interesting.
I guess worried about a follow-up fight. But
It's just like
Io being taken out
it's
is
just
well
like
worth it.
plus 30 seconds, you know. And they want to kill and get out.
Yeah.
It's not like
You know,
a big mistake, but it's just
It's more.
something.
Well, I don't think it is a mistake. I mean, I feel like Miracle had all the time in the world to use it, so he obviously decided it is worth.
It's not worth it.
Just because we think it's worth. I don't. Just because he's the pro doesn't mean he made the right decision, but he definitely had the time to think about it. It wasn't like he had made a split-second decision and he had 10 seconds to decide whether to Reaper
He's
or not.
going for his own agonyms. Not gonna get pulled. You see, he's
Sure
not
about that?
he's not complaining.
Maybe not. Will be complaining soon. He's being blink jeweled. And down he goes. Dendi doomed up as well. That's going to be just an Aegis kill. That's the Doom onto an Aegis target. That's what the Aegis is for in Dendi's case. And he may not even die if he can get tethered and healed up. Nice relocate out. Just in time to keep Havost alive.
They didn't.
Whoa.
Are they gonna get the Aegis?
Chain Frost almost chased down Havost. Yeah, Dendi survives. Holy crap.
Damn, so they didn't even get the Aegis. Aegis still has 3 minutes or so.
I'm sure he's wishing he used the Reaper there because Io being alive for that relocate.
Why would you save the Reaper? There's no like.
So the reason, I mean, the reason is you want to make sure that if a fight happens right after, you have it available to fight because Reaper can be a high damage nuke. So not having it for
and the stun can be useful
Yes.
because it pierces BKB.
yeah. So there is reasons to use it. It's just like a judgment call, and he decided saving it would be better in that scenario.
Oh, that ice path.
It didn't pay off, obviously, but the safer decision is to use Reaper there every single time. But I guess he just kind of mind gamed and thought, okay, maybe there'll be a follow-up fight, and I want to have Reaper available.
Yeah, just like
Yeah.
hindsight things, you know, because you get to see everything.
No. In hindsight, you can always kind of decide whether it was a good or bad decision, but at the time, you don't know.
The other point is you feel like he's not actually getting axe, he's getting Octarine Core, and then the
Ah.
Alchemist will feed him the axe. Oh no, flying!
Oh, another jewel. Funnick has got 82 bonus damage, and Miracle caught out as well.
Oh, he's wow, that was
This
so
game
quick.
has been such a roller coaster. Na'Vi dominate the early game, Monkey Business then dominate the next stage of the game, and suddenly it's now Na'Vi the last 5 minutes. And it's all on the back of Funnick's Legion Commander. As well as the fact that Na'Vi took Roshan.
The Wiz is so good in this type of game. It's just a lot of synergy though. The Wiz actually allows the Legion Commander to be so aggressive, and a lot of the kills happen because he's always constantly kept alive by the overcharge and the attack speed. That's why he got so many dual kills, like the dual damage.
Ooh. Dendi on the front line, still with Aegis. Wants to bring down the tier 3. Clear out the creeps and get to work. Macropire just trying to do what little damage and D-push it can. In goes No-Tail just to delay this acid as well as a stun onto Dendi. Ice Path to follow. Still has Aegis in hand. And for Monkey Business, they really want to try and delay this one out, but they've still got a couple of minutes here, so they're going to have to fight into Dendi. Look to bring him down twice. The Doom target, we'll have to see who that's going to be. BKB in the front lines. They want to kill him without using Doom so they can use that on respawn. Glimmercape going to block some of that magic damage, gets stunned up as well, and he won't get a chance to Doom if he dies during this duel. Can they do it? Funnick's losing the duel. For now, Reaper going to bring down Funnick. He's dead. The BKB wore off. Next in line could be Havos. Ice Path after the Yule Scepter's there. Saniko barely surviving from the Necro off to the side. It's a Lich for a Legion so far, and the Doom target's just going to be Havos. They decide Dendi's Aegis has not been popped. Let's just take what we can get.
Oh, PSM. He's going to be the final casualty.
That's not the end of the world for Na'Vi losing the Rubik, but
Cape?
the rest is the big issue here. No-Tail, by the way, Ethereal Blade. What a kind of next level item coming,
it's
as he would
versus
say.
The duel,
yeah.
Though. It's good versus the duel, but it's
so smart, WinteR. It's so smart.
But do you really want to
get it?
Do you really want to get it on Alchemist?
If you can save the Doom when he gets, if Doom gets dueled, you lose the fight. Even Necrophos. Necrophos is less of a deal, but the Doom himself.
You know the risk is always the Requiem, you know. He duels the guy, you E-blade him, and SF is there, he just Requiem and you're dead.
Yeah. That is...
that is the risk.
Do you have any other... I guess you've got Reaper to go through the BKB Requiem, so if you need to use Reaper as a stun, you can. You can use Chain Frost as a stun. They've actually got good ways to cancel a BKB Requiem, though.
I guess so.
3 ways to cancel it, including the Doom. So if he goes for a duel...
You know, when a player goes for this sort of items, you can only do one thing. Just wait and see whether it pays off. It's really hard to comment whether it's right or wrong. There's no right or wrong.
Even if it doesn't pay off, like sometimes the reasoning behind it is still there.
It's a valid reason.
Yeah, it still was like a smart item choice, even if we don't see it come into play. It doesn't mean it was a bad item choice.
It's always a risk whether it works or not.
You can never read perfectly how the game's going to play.
That's why sometimes people just go for the safe item.
Yeah, if you go for the standard cookie cutter item and get your... Well, I guess in this case, AC Abyssal, pull some Acceptors.
I think the Doom will be probably the one to get the AC next, I think.
That's true.
You don't really need Aghanims this game. I feel you just want to have a lot of armor against your heroes. So
well, Ethereal Blade gives No-Tail a lot of armor, actually.
Yeah, it does.
That's a nice little upside of getting this item. It's what, 7 armor or something coming
I think
out
this
from
game
it?
you just look to get Shivas, Bloods, and AC. That's really good versus Nami's lineup. You get the triple aura. Everyone gets armor.
Yeah. Well, that may be due to fly. And we talked about the Necro. It will be the Octarine Call, by the way. He's got a soul booster.
Yeah,
so
there's no way. Like, it's weird. Like, for him
he's
to get
asking for an Ags. After this E-Blade, No-Tail will work on the next Ags, I imagine. He's got his next item. I've seen this before where he'll pull an Ags, then buy an item for himself, then pull another Ags, then buy an item for himself.
We see a pattern. You buy one for yourself, you take care of yourself, then you take care of others. Just like when you're on the flight. You always put the oxygen mask on yourself before you try to help others.
But you always help yourself up first. You know, I wonder if if in those scenarios, like, if people actually do put theirs on first. Like, if you're a mum and you've got, like, your 2-year-old kid with you, you're probably like, I'm putting my 2-year-olds on first. Like, that's when the mum instinct kicks in. And you're just like, I don't care about my own life. I'm protecting my little boy. I don't know. Let's move on, WinteR. That was a great analogy, but let's move on.
Sorry, my bad.
Forehead.
Okay, you have to do it. Roland, he has to put the chip. He just...
Oh, yeah. I don't even know what color I am. Ben...
Okay, it's too late.
I'll put 2 in. Just for the good analogy, you get 2.
No, he didn't show you putting the chips.
You're putting one in for Blue for production. He didn't get it on camera.
Yeah,
it's a
Blue's
production
fault. Yeah,
it's Blue's fault. Yeah. Take a hit, production. So what comes next this game? We see Roshan respawning in the next 3 minutes, so that's going to obviously be a key objective for both teams. And
but the longer the game drags on, I feel like Monkey Business is just going to be much better with the additional like all the Aghanims coming in. And when you go into super late game against, I always don't feel comfortable against the Axe Necro and Axe Doom. At some point, it's tough.
But at the same time, like you're going to late game against this lineup, you would expect those heroes to have Ags anyways. Be them they pulled on. It does give them 1 extra item slot, so they essentially have 7 items rather than 6.
That's huge, you know. If the game goes like 80 minutes.
Yeah. For heroes like Doom especially, I'd say Necro. I guess it opens you up for an extra Hex or Refresher, whatever it may be, in those item slots. And Roshan being eyed off by both teams. It can respawn any second.
I think Na'Vi would hit a timing where their heroes peak because they have so much physical damage. But then after that, they have to be careful not to let the game drag too long.
Well, they seem to be kind of at that peak around now. Finding with 80 bonus
around
damage.
This is the time
SF
when Na'Vi is really strong.
just got MKB. So maybe the one item Dendy can get is going to be the Daedalus, where they peak at his Daedalus output. But after that, it's kind of, they start dipping compared to Monkey Business. And when is that Ags coming for
And
Miracle?
then Monkey
is the
Business
next
will
big
just
question.
look to try to get Aghanims, you know, when it goes to super late game, they want to get Aghanims on everyone. Like even the Jakiro Axe is like a lot of damage difference. The damage per second goes up a lot.
Oh,
and
180 to
the range
220.
as well.
Yeah, the range.
It becomes super far.
Yep. It's the damage becomes huge because the duration is doubled. It goes from 10 to 20 seconds. The damage per second is only a slight boost.
And you have, you know, the Chain Frost might actually be something, you know, at late game when everyone's so tanky.
Well, and that's where BKBs get down to 5 seconds. We're already seeing a 7-second BKB on Shadow Fiend. Razor is at 10 seconds, just recently picked up for her Voss. But the game drags on. These BKBs will be whittled away at. Funix is at 6, so...
Oh no, Roshan. They scouted the Roshan.
Good for Na'Vi, they scouted it, but you've got to imagine it's going to be, quickly scouted out by an Ice Path. And Monkey Business have, for now, ward control on the big hill. Na'Vi have a good ward on the northwest side of the Roche pit on the hill. So for Na'Vi, they need to push out these lanes. No one's defending top. It's farm being missed out on.
They stopped farming for a very long time already. Like everyone has been like standing around the Roche pit for a few minutes.
That's where, as much as Na'Vi are missing farm top, both teams are. And it's going to be Doom going in first. He gets the initiation on the PSM, who will not get anything off. He's still alive for now. The duel. Is it going to be enough? Oh, he gets him! Just barely. Funnick, though, does bring down the Doom, who does fight back. He still has not used that ultimate. He's going to be eyeing off Dendy. Can he catch him? Dendy looking for the Rec Room. Just barely. Cancels it. Relocate out, though. He's back to the fountain. Dendy will be coming back in 10 seconds' time. Stay tuned for Soniko's return.
I think Soniko is coming back alone. Soniko is coming back alone.
Okay, he's coming back alone. No Glimmer Cape for you. A lot of buybacks invested for Monkey Business to make that happen, though. Necro as well as Doom. They're worried about Roche. I think that's good for... Funnick can afford to buy back. Io as well. A lot of buybacks being used here to make sure Roche does not get taken by Monkey Business. Is Roshan that important, do you feel? Like that it's worth those 2 buybacks?
Yeah, because it's their peak right now. You want to put Aegis on Dandy, or maybe even someone else like...
And you think you can just like end the game if that happens?
You want to end the game, yeah. You want to end the game now.
Well, there's no Doom.
It's risky though. It's
50 seconds without Doom. This is actually a free Roche, I believe.
They have cheese on... I think cheese on the...
Oh, wow. This is...
Someone. Cheese on the... Oh, cheese on the Wisp.
Wisp? You get doomed? Cheese heal. Easy. Oh my gosh. This is going to be scary. They're going to be gunning for multiple... They're not even just gunning for a lane of Rags. I think they're going to be gunning to end the game right now. Necro needs his Ags. He's like... Where are you at, No Tail? How close are you? Just 400 gold short. He could risk buying it and giving up having buyback money. We'll have to see if that's a choice he decides to make.
Too risky.
They see Monkey Business.
Oh,
Funnick
no,
has a jewel.
Miracle.
Oh, no. Has they got the follow-up damage with the relocate? You betcha. There's the Ghost Scepter, but it's not going to save Miracle. I don't think her Voss is headed good
Maybe,
damage.
yes, he's getting saved. Oh, no.
Doom in 2. Soniko's got cheese. Can he pop it? He won't do so. He gets doomed up.
He dooms on Soniko.
Oh, Soniko's going to die. Funnick may be able to survive. They're going to lose Moonmian in the process. Still not bad for Na'Vi. A Doom for a Wisp. And Monkey Business forced back, but it will slow down Na'Vi.
It was 2 buybacks. Doom was also the guy who bought back, and Io was also the guy who bought back.
They're going to push. They've got Dendy on the front lines with Aegis. Reaper still on cooldown.
Oh my god, what a game, my friend.
Na'Vi finding a way to make magic happen time and time again. The E-Blade just casually harassing PSM, who pulls Fly into them, and you don't want to lose your Lich. At least get a Chain Frost off. The Ice Path cross path, and No-Tail goes in, looking to bring down Dendi for the first time. That's step 1, break the Aegis. Step 2, break Dendi.
He's going to have BKB. Oh,
Ice
no,
Path
10
is
seconds.
there. He won't get a chance
seconds.
to use it. Havost is nearby. Has the cheese, which he can give to Havost. Give to Dendi if need be. Looks like the cheese was not left on the IO. Do you give it to Dendi here? He is the frontliner. Havost, though, is a bit lower on HP.
They're going to force the Rex though regardless.
Yes, they know Doom is still dead. Has no buyback. Range Rex secured. I don't think that's enough. Na'Vi want the melee. They don't want to walk away with just the range. Dendi BKBs to dodge the stun. Funny goes in with a jewel. They want Miracle. Ghosts.
The E-Blade!
Oh, the raise damage, not enough. And Ice Path comes out to stop Dendi getting the kill, but they will barely make it in. Saniko will be healing up Funnick, just barely keeping him alive. One more stun comes out. Dendi doesn't get clipped by it. That's a melee Rex down. Necro dead for 80. It's a dieback, kind of. He doesn't have buyback. He did buy back for that Roche fight previously, and No-Tail on the front lines needs to be careful. Ray's going to miss. Doom comes out onto Havost, who should go down here. Requiem will be throwing, but it looks like they're just looking to scatter to the winds here. Let Havost die for the retreat. PSM has no mana to glimmer just yet, and he will be caught. Na'Vi get racks, and not at too heavy of a cost. They took some kills in the meantime, only lost their Razor and Rubik in the end. Worth the exchange there.
That was a huge victory for Na'Vi. Huge victory.
They've crippled Monkey Business's item progression.
That E-Blade definitely was a really nice idea, but both the situations, they still lost the Necro.
Here
they
we
didn't
go.
save him.
Aghanim Scepter ready to go. No-Tail's got a present waiting for Miracle.
Are you sure? What if he gives it to someone else? Nah.
He's holding on to it for now.
No way.
Oh, Miracle will be a jealous man if that's the case. Crit, you stay away from that Aghanim Scepter. Oh!
Maybe.
Oh, I saw that blink. I was like, what are you doing? Miracle, I can hear him panicking like, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Don't tease me like this. They smoke before Necro even respawns. That's a bit of a ballsy, unpredictable play, and a Shadow Blade on Funnick could cause some problems. There is detection available. Sentries and Dust, they're going to get... Oh, the Yules onto the Eye, or the Ice Path to follow. In comes No-Tail. Saniko not going to get a chance to use anything. Dendi just BKBs, looking to retreat here. Doom not available for 10 seconds. No-Tail will have another stun soon with a blink. Dendi could be in trouble. Glimmer Cape won't get out of the Ice Path, and here comes the stun. Dendi doesn't have BKB. This looks like a dead Shadow Fiend to me. They won't even need the Doom to kill off Dendi. They made Doom Havost.
Oh,
that's exactly what they'll do.
He gave the Aghanims before he get the kill. Holy shit. Oh my god.
Dendi cannot buy back. His buyback was on cooldown anyways.
Oh, it was still on cooldown?
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
he
sorry, he didn't have enough money is what I meant to say.
Goal. Yeah, but
So
it was still a really big play there. If it mattered, if it made things
It
matter.
does more damage, which I don't think was needed anyways.
Damn.
Dendi dead for
The reverse
90
Rex.
seconds.
The reverse Rex?
Any way to defend this? Razor survived the Doom, so there's no Doom for this, and it will be a 4v5 in a Doomless engagement. So there is ways for Na'Vi to try and engage if they feel confident in their firepower. Havost with an AC does pack a bit of a punch, especially if you get off a good static link. But for now, it seems Na'Vi may just give up this middle lane. They do not want to give up a second lane or a third, though. And that's the big priority here, defending bottom now.
Defend your home.
They've given up the first lane, though, and the situation's not getting any better. Dendi's not coming back anytime soon, and they're losing heroes quick. Funnick looking for the dual kill. He goes on the Alchemist. That means no E-Blade to contest with Moon, though. Reaper kill onto Funnick, and he's down for the count. No buyback available for him. He didn't have the money regardless. And this is where if you're Na'Vi, you just buy out your items. You know competing with an Ag's Necro just ain't going to happen. 2 heroes deleted from the game. Monkey Business looking for that second melee racks at the bottom. They didn't even bother with the range racks at top. They may even head top here if they want to. 20 seconds on Dendi. He'll be respawning without souls, meaning that Requiem not going to do too much damage, but still can right-click pretty damn hard with this Daedalus MKB, and they are heading towards the top lane. No Rubik, no Shadow Fiend. They've at least got 10 seconds. Havost trying to get off the static link, but will be denied that, and maybe denied his own life. Reaper coming up soon, not soon enough. Still 5 seconds, and it looks like
He has buyback.
he will buy back immediately. That was
They have to ditch, I think.
important delay
be
tactics.
careful.
There's Reaper, though. They've actually got Doom and Reaper. I think they can fight this one, WinteR. I think Na'Vi are the ones who have to be careful, although they've got to defend this one way or another. They need to kill Moon before he dooms. Whether that's possible or not, we'll have to find out. The Lotus Orb are being stacked as much as possible. Moon may just look to turn and doom whoever he can. He'd love to get the doom onto Dendi. Will that be possible? Oop, Yules manages to dodge off the Alchemist stun here. Dendi just throws a blind Requiem. Doom onto Siniko. Actually, no. Oh, yeah, Doom onto Siniko. All right. He's going to be taken out of the picture. Miracle on the front lines goes down. Does he buy back? He is. They're looking for the game-winning blow here. Havost and Dendi still alive. It's the Na'Vi 1-2 punch. They're going to need a lot more than that.
They're using all their buybacks. I don't think they have to rush.
Doom has one.
They can just wait for the next Roshan and just go after
Funnick's back in 25. Let's chill.
Yeah, oh my god.
Miracle did not need to use his, perhaps.
Damn, that was really close to throwing the game away. They just need to regroup. I didn't think they need to force the Rex at top. They just need to regroup. After they killed Hobos, they just back off, regroup, wait for everyone to spawn, all your spells to get ready, take out Rosh and just end the game. No risk. And save all the buybacks. So right now they use up the buyback on Alchemist, Necrophos, Doom still has his buyback.
Yeah, Doom.
So 2 of their key buybacks down now.
They'll probably play safe for a little while. Problem is, Roche could come up before they have buyback. So if Na'Vi can push out lanes and secure Roche for themselves, that could be a decisive move. Instead, they say, screw Roche, let's just win a fight now because these buybacks are included. They've actually smoked up. And they don't have to smoke everyone.
And
they can leave IO +1 behind.
This is why I felt it was the safe choice to back
and
off.
they can show IO Razor bottom. They can push up bottom with IO Razor, and these 3 heroes are going to camp near the secret shop.
Yeah, this is like they gave Monkey Business.
Look where Monkey are.
Opening. Oh my god.
They're hugged inside their own base.
Because they know if they die now, they lose the game.
Roche just respawned instantly. It was a 5-second respawn from the minimum time. Na'Vi just going to be camping the high ground here. No dire vision whatsoever. It's a monkey
smoke. No, this could be ugly. This could be ugly. The Requiem on the high ground.
Dendi is waiting for it. They pop. Here we go. Funnick going to go in with the BKB. Who's he going to duel? It goes in on crit. Where's that E-Blade? He keeps him alive for now. Dendi could look for races. He's been doomed up, though. Dendi needs to make sure he does not get Reapered here, whatever happens. No buyback available on Jakira. They've got to start killing off some of these cores. Moon, the Doom, is one of the heroes who does have buyback. Chainfrost starts popping around. IO now out of the picture. The relocate ends, which means Na'Vi are left 4v5. Dendi. Doom wears off. He's on the high ground with a Requiem. Looking for the throw. Doesn't get it. Requiem! Taken out by Miracle. Na'Vi's one hope back into this game, perhaps removed, as Miracle goes in hot pursuit. No-Tail gets one last stun up. Havost doesn't have a buyback.
GG.
And it's over for Na'Vi.
GG.
There is no coming back. The point of no return.
Well, this didn't have to be this didn't need
he
to be
needed
so
to
tense.
what? Duel the Alchemist? Do you think? That means he can't E-Blade if you duel the Alchemist.
But at the same time, I think the key heroes are the Necrophos and the Doom.
Yeah. And I guess if you duel the Doom, at least let Dendi get off Requiem. Well,
if he E-Blades, you have to like use the Requiem.
There's no way to get Requiem off because there's 3 ultis that go through BKB Requiem.
Yeah, true.
It's so hard for Dendi to play this game. Fly can just wait to Chainfrost Dendi to cancel it. The Chainfrost is not like a key spell for a team fight for Monkey Business as far as damage goes. It's entirely about the cancel, and well, we said it. GG. It looks there's no hope for Na'Vi here, right? It's just straight up over. They're gonna go in for one last hurrah. Funnick, BKB Jewel looking for No-Tail, and he's gonna lose this one. It looks like the Reaper's there. Funnick, the counter Reaper, doing 0 damage. Style points, but it's GG. Na'Vi lose game 1 of this best of 2. And with that, they're in bad shape here in Group B. They have 2 draws and a game 1 loss. You've got to get wins. You can't get out with draws alone, so it's not cutting it for Na'Vi.
GG. This game was so topsy-turvy though. I think in the end it actually shouldn't be so tense because I felt Monkey Business made a really they took an unnecessary risk just by doing that. They could have actually lost the game. They really could have.
I mean, Na'Vi had a really solid bounce back mid-game when they kind of reached their timing window. They looked like they might be able to... when they got the Aegis, it looked like they took racks. They had their way into the game to...
Yeah, but they knew if you go into the ultra late game against Necrophos and Doom, those 2 heroes are arguably the best heroes in those situations because they remove buyback, they delete you from the game, they delete you twice from the game, and you're just gone.
Yep.
And one type of fight like that, you just lose the game in ultra late game. There's no coming back from that. So Nami knew that they didn't want that to happen. They wanted to finish the game around 30-40 minutes when we mentioned. That is the time with the Aegis they are strongest with their tri-core lineup. But they just couldn't end the game. Even though the E-Blade didn't save the Necroforce, but it was definitely a highlight of the game. It was a really interesting build.
He had multiple E-Blades on dueled heroes where
they still die, but they didn't die during the duel.
They didn't always die.
Didn't the Necro die twice?
There was once or twice where I think it actually saved the hero.
Oh, maybe. I didn't catch that.
Or at least forced them to chase him more.
It was a really good item for this game.
He didn't need to be a carry alchemist by any means. And the Blink Dagger was the best item in this game.
He needs to buy his friends all eggs. Not like me.
You're learning, yeah.
I don't.
Those you don't know.
I don't buy my friends.
He's still salty at Winter for not buying me Ag Scepter.
When it was a pub game, if it was a tournament game, I would have bought you the eggs.
My